This episode was sponsored by Dashlane. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Karl here, back with an episode, and I realize I haven't done a studio tour in 2019 yet. We're almost near the end. I wanted to make this video for kind of two reasons. The first, to of course show off the new upgrades, and second, to show you guys you can build a studio in a bedroom, whether that's a YouTube studio, you're into photography. I've converted my main living space into something where I make these YouTube videos, and I wanted to share the process behind that and all of the gear that I've kind of accumulated over the years of making videos. Let's go through all of that, and we'll go through all of the gear that it takes. And I guess step number one is the wall that you see behind me, which is all about the audio paneling. This is sound insulating foam, and the biggest challenge for anyone recording any sort of video is the audio echo, and you get that a ton in rooms. I wish I had more space, but it's my only sound foam wall that I've got here. From the wall area, we get into very tight quarters where the camera lives. I've got the Sony a7 III in a small rig cage, and from there I can have different accessories like this small HD monitor that helps me see when I'm actually on camera. We've got a Manfrotto 502 video head. I typically don't touch this setup, it kind of just lives here, and I think this is one of the main reasons for me upgrading. I'm kind of just running out of space. Let's move on though to, I guess, the next thing, which is of course the lights. This first guy is the Flapjack from Photo Deox, and it's actually perfect for a place like this. You can see how thin the profile is compared to, say, my Aperture 120D. It's got the Light Dome Mark II on it. It does produce softer light, but you can just see how massive and how much space it takes up. So you really have to pick and choose what your preferences are, so I've just gone for one of each. These guys are sitting on some industrial light stands. I got that from Amazon Basics. To the next important component, which is audio. So all of the A-roll that you hear on the channel when I'm not in this kind of vlogging rig is coming through this guy. It's a Sennheiser 416 microphone, and it's just held together by, once again, Amazon Basics is the way to go. My mic plugs into this Zoom H4n audio recorder, and that will save all of my audio files on an SD card. I just need to sync that up later in post. To the overhead rig, which is one of my favorite pieces, and it's one of the best DIYs that I've done. It's essentially two pieces, or I guess three pieces of metal soldered together with a 1/4-inch connector, and up top we've got a Benro fluid head. That gives me all of my silky smooth B-roll over the head rig shots. That is the stuff that records the videos, and we will go underneath to, of course, the desk, slash I've got two of them. These two guys here are identical. They're from Rove Concepts, and when I was looking to upgrade my IKEA desk, it started to squeak after a couple of years. I wanted something a bit sturdier. I'll leave these linked down below. I think they're overkill. They're meant as actual living or kitchen desks. Like I said, desk setups that live here, I kind of rotate through whatever I'm reviewing. Like you kind of see this way, which is the behemoth 49-inch LG Ultra Wide. This is by far the largest monitor that I've had the chance to review. I saw it first off at CES at the beginning of this year. We finally have it set up in studio, and I've got it paired with my 2019 MacBook Pro. Is it overkill? Absolutely, but that kind of fuels everyone's tech nerdiness or tech rage. And you can imagine being in the social space, all of the different sites that I check out every single day. Having to remember every single password is just one of those things that I don't have time for. Thankfully, using Dashlane, it keeps them consolidated into one secure place. One of my guilty habits is that I use the same password for multiple accounts. Or even worse, write them down and leave them laying around in my studio. And on top of everything else, Dashlane also includes a VPN, so I'll leave a link down below where you can check out Dashlane Premium for 30 days, or there's a code which can save you 10% off, helping you store your passwords onto the rest of the desk setup. So like I mentioned, we've got the 49-inch ultra wide purely for aesthetics. When I've got random monitors set up, I've got the Yamaha HS7s. They complete that white theme that I've got going for the studio. I do have the latest Logitech MX Master 3 mouse. The ergonomics of this guy are just next level, and they finally have USB-C to charge it. My little Funko Pop Bulbasaur, which is my all-time favorite Pokemon. You can see I've got other memorabilia, my AT-AT Walker. Big fan of Lego. As you can see, that next little guy, the GT3 RS, which we'll get to, which is at the end of the studio. The back end of this studio, which is technically part of the set, it's got a TV stand, once again from Rove Concepts. You saw the GT3 RS in orange. And into my back area is the spot which has been underdeveloped the most. This here is an IKEA Alex jar, which helps me keep all of my stuff organized. On top, I have a makeshift charging station, mostly for my batteries for my lights, as well as my Apple Watch / other smartwatches. Onto this final side of the studio. And I like to call this area the on-deck station. It's the spot that you never see on actual camera. This contains all of the products that I'm receiving or am in the process of reviewing. And along this side, my lenses are never organized this neatly just for the sake of this video. We've got the range of G Masters, 70 to 200, 24 to 70, 16 to 35, a 90mm macro, and my lovely Batis 85mm. And that kind of wraps up my studio tour of 2019. And I would say the biggest goal for me next year is to move into a dedicated YouTube space. But I just want to show the possibilities of what you can build out in an area as small as a bedroom. It's totally possible. And I realize there is a ton of gear here, but you don't have to start at this place. It's been a buildup of over 5 years where I've been making these YouTube videos. So it takes time, it takes patience, and obviously you have to kind of stick through all the ups and downs that YouTube brings. Hope you guys enjoy this one, and as always, if there's upgrades that you guys see potential in, let me know down below in the comments and we'll try to make it happen for my next studio tour. Till then, peace.